Yeah, so, you know, it depends on what show you're doing and like sort of what attitude you're in during the show, I think. We used to have a thing where, I don't know if you can see this under the skirt, but where we tap our toes in a circle.
Well, there's a game that where you stand in a circle and basically you just have people count. And it's a focus exercise where you try to, you know, center everyone in the room's energy in the center of the room. And so, because we took a spastic turn on, we started counting, but every time we would count, like a foot would come out. And so that was the...
Yeah. We ruined the focus.
We ruined the focus.
Probably the least focus is silly thing you did. So that was one of them.
There's usually some kind of focus exercise or some kind of...
I feel like it's either, if people are sort of all over the map, then it's a focus exercise, but if people are kind of low energy, then it's something you get everybody kind of laughing together.
Well, I don't think Team Starkid would be around if it weren't for the Harry Potter community, really. I mean, our name Starkid comes from a line in one of our Harry Potter shows, which went viral online, and that's really why, you know, we kept making plays together because we had this audience base that we had from all of the online stuff. So it's been, they need each other. Yeah, they've been totally instrumental in the creation of this group.
A process.
Yeah. The process starts in about 15 minutes.
Sorry, 10 minutes.
Clark?
Well, I guess with like recent productions that Starkid has done, tours and recent musicals, there's been lots of preparation, lots of rehearsal time. So a lot of focus on getting things exactly how we want it, and we have just a fraction of that time. Really, just like a couple of days to put everything.
Essentially, it's been a huge step backwards, where with each production we've gotten better and better about preparation and, you know, being ready for the show and being more professional. And we said, you know what? Forget it. Let's go back.
We're going back.
3 days of rehearsal, no read-through. People are probably going to have their scripts, you know, see what type of music we get. You know, it's like really pretty.
There's a lot of moving parts that happen because everything exists remotely in a way. It's like we're trying to put a puzzle together that literally exists in different corners of the country. So now all the pieces are in one spot. So it's like, here we go. Let's go.
Now we have to put it together.
Yeah.
Well, the Langs, Matt and Nick Lang, Brian Holden here, were writing the script, and then they say, here is where the song is going to happen. And so, based on what's happening in the scene and the whole show, I guess I just think about what song that might work there. I write songs with my collaborator, Pierce Sievers, and yeah, I just think about what the show needs.
And it's been fast, too.
Yeah.
When did you write the first song?
The first song of the show?
Yeah.
The first song of the show was the last song we written.
Yeah.
And that was on Sunday night. And today's Thursday. Yeah.
So it's all happening very fast, and it's you know, it's really impressive how fast they're.
But it's cool. Yeah, it's cool because we wrote that here in Chicago, and so we had the writers right there. We wrote it and then we played it for them.
Yeah, like no emails back and forth.
Yeah, no.
AJ Holmes has also been writing music, and I know that he finished a song. He's like, all right, I have to finish a song before I get on the megabus to Chicago. So, and that was the same thing. Sunday night, right. Monday morning.
But yeah, it's been good.
Well, you know, I think it is just the room being so different, and not necessarily always it being fit for a play. You know, they built this great stage, or they're building it now, and so that's a huge improvement and stuff. But I think that it's so interesting. I've never been in a play with an audience as big as the one we're going to have on Saturday. I don't think.
I think that's really rare.
Yeah, play for 2,000 people, something like that.
I was thinking the other day, just when we were starting scene work, like the stakes are a little bit raised, because I was thinking specifically about mispronouncing something in this particular arena, and how there could be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like suddenly that mistake could be much bigger.
You mean
and
like,
it would be if like,
you mean like Wingardium Leviosa versus
yeah,
Wingardium
exactly.
Leviosa?
Like, it was the little, I forgot what little Angleton was.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I want to make sure I pronounce that right. You know what I mean? So it's just like there just seems to be like I want to pay respect to this one more than I have previously, just because because of the setting. I think.
Thanks.
Yep. Thanks.
You know, we started out, like I said, with the AVPM was a big viral hit, and it was great, and we had this fan base, so we decided to keep making plays. Not really anticipating that it would one day become a full-time job type material or something that would keep us busy all year round. And so we just kind of took it one step at a time. We made another play, then we did a Harry Potter sequel, and then now, after that, it had been about a year to a year and a half since we had done the original live show, and we said, let's see if we can all move to Chicago, where it's a little easier for us to live, the theater community is a little easier to be a part of, and let's see if we can make it happen. So it's been a pretty slow process. Starship was in 2011, and it was about 2 years after our first Starkid show at Michigan. So it kind of took us like 2 years to really do a show outside of the university. I don't know, things are changing. Dylan has just moved to Los Angeles, and so I think we started out where we were all these sort of separate, minds trying to come together and collaborate on something. Eventually, we physically came together and started to collaborate, but I think now we need to once again find a way to continue to collaborate even though we're spread out. Now that we've really got a good foundation for the company, like sort of be allowed to pursue individual careers again, because I think that's something that everyone needs. And I think it also sort of refuels you creatively for this certain style, is what I would say.
It's also neat too that so much of the spine of the organization is that it's the internet. We are a company that exists. You could argue primarily on the internet. So it's funny that you were talking about trying to get people from all different corners of the country and stuff together. So
and it's cool that everyone's so spread out, but that people are still able to come meet in locations. Or whatever. Like last night, everyone arrived, and it felt like Mighty Ducks 2. Everyone sort of like is joining back up together.
Oh, how's your summer?
What did you do? Exactly. And a sense of like, I've worked with, I know how to work with these people, so there's not the like honeymoon phase of, oh, this is our first read-through, this is getting to know everyone. It's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, we did not have a read-through of the script.
We just get to read through it.
It's hard to explain to people that, because you go, oh yeah, I plays on the internet, and they sort of go, okay, sure. Yeah. And I think that, and then sometimes you sound like a jerk when you say, I've got fans in Brazil, Team Starkid in Brazil, And so, but it's very flattering, and it's just kind of cool. What's nice is you can go on Twitter at any time of day, and there's always, some people on there to talk to, because, the different time zones, everyone's awake somewhere in the world. I think it's really amazing that people who don't speak English can translate the work, because not only is it flattering that they like the work, but they like it enough to put so much time and energy of their bilingual talent into sharing it with other people. I think that's really nice.
And that it still resonates with them, even post-translation.
Yeah, or maybe you guys think it's just something like completely different. Complete like some kind of long genre.
It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's not funny, it's drama.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of crossover. I don't know, I mean, it's funny, like I didn't watch Glee before Darren was on it, now I do. So, I don't know, it's just a funny.
So you're part of the crossover?
I am part of the crossover. Yeah. So, I don't know, it's just been a funny thing to watch evolve, because, Glee was never part of the group before that shift happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny, it's kind of a funny byproduct, and it's, you know, it's been great. You know.
I think it's been good for us. I think it's good for me. Probably not. But you know, I think that what's nice, you know, it's good because no matter what, you're getting, you know, more fans, or you know, you're sort of linking fan groups. What's disheartening, I think, is when people say, "I was a Starkid first," or you know, I saw Darren on Glee first. That's the only reason I watched this, you know. And then there's some animosity between fans online sometimes. I think that it's just kind of silly since it's so circumstantial. When you, you know, it's like if you like something, you like something. That's really the bottom line.
I'd say there's because of that, there's definitely way more people who are like, oh, I found out about this thing, I never knew about it. You know, even now, even people are like, I didn't know about Harry Potter musical. You know, and it's been over 3 years, and we're still getting people who are like, this is great. I mean, you know, it's definitely widened the scope in the audience, for sure. Pretty lucky.
We did a lot of preemptive sort of taking down stuff, and there was a video we put out where Darren sings a song that goes, you know, we don't want to get sued. That we never were getting sued by anyone, but what happened was this thing came out, and people were like, a lot of our friends were like, you probably shouldn't call it the Harry Potter musical. Like, they can go after you for that or whatever. And we were like, okay. And then we asked a lawyer friend of ours who I promised him I would never say his name, you know, because he's like, I'm not your lawyer. I'm not giving you advice. But he was like, you know, he wasn't even a parody lawyer or anything like that, or a copyright lawyer. He was like, I could see how they could go after you for this. And we went, get it down! So we took it off the internet, and we just sort of edited it to make it to the point where we thought it would be acceptable to WB, whether it was on there or not, and we changed the name. That was basically it. And then after that, the head of intellectual property at Warner Brothers saw the video where we were like, we don't want to get sued, and she's like, we're probably not going to sue you guys. Judging by the furniture in our apartment, she was like, it's, you know, we could take that couch, but we don't really need it. So they just said, you know, don't charge money for the show. If, you know, like don't do the show again and sell tickets at the theater or something like that. And
is there a phone call to U of M originally?
I think when we were at U of M, the university doesn't necessarily want you to like steal stuff. So they said don't call it Harry Potter the musical, so we changed it to HP the musical. And then I think we changed it back when we put it online.
Yeah.
And then we
the
changed
font,
it again.
like the copyrighted font had changed. So there's a lot of that. Right?
There are little things, but mostly it's been a pretty good relationship.
And now all of our houses have really nice couches.
Yeah.
really plush.
Well, it's similar. It's similar in that it's like an epic. You know, it's like not really fair to call it a play. I think it's more like an event. It's definitely the last one we're going to do, so we sort of put everything in there. It's the kitchen sink, basically.
It is funny how many times we say it's the end.
Yeah.
There may or may not be a song about it.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely, I'd say it definitely fits within the canon of the Harry Potter musicals, but it's definitely like a trilogy, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
You might call it the Dark Knight Rises.
I mean, there's definitely new people, you know, you're going to see new characters, which is great, and, you know, there's going to be some rises of things, too. So.
Yeah, hopefully it's a lot of the same fun you had in the other ones, seeing characters done in a kind of goofy way from the books, and hopefully you'll have fun.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Laura from MuggleNet.com, and more people are added to your company with each play. Do you anticipate growing still, and would you ever consider holding open auditions for something, or just keeping it within, like, friends?
Yeah, I mean, I would consider it for sure if we ever were at that point. I think that one of the big things about Starkid is, you know, it was an opportunity for us to do something right out of school, and because it's not always easy to be an artist or an actor or a musician or something. And so it was a good opportunity for us to give work to ourselves instead of having to go to someone else and ask for it and do that sort of rat race. So I think think that it's, we'll probably always tend to want to pull from our group of friends, and because they're people that we like to collaborate with. I am not opposed to, the main way in is just to become friends with us. That's how you get into the show. So that's easier than auditioning for sure, because then we look at your audition very kindly. Yeah, I think that stuff like that is sort of down the line. That has to do with like what the future of Starkid and what if we ever end up doing a show, like multiple shows at one time or something. Yeah, might draw from our talented fan base. We had this contest surrounding this show. We got a lot of really, really talented people to submit. So we know they're out there.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm also from MuggleNet. My question was actually going to be about the fan contest. So how successful do you think that was? You had songs and things submitted which were amazing, the ones that you tweeted out. So
yeah.
Are you going to do more of those for other things in the future? Or?
Yeah, sure. Do you want us to? We'll do one.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was great. We gave fans prompts on it was basically a design contest, submit designs for what you think this would be like in a Harry Potter senior year. And we had songs, character designs, and set designs. And some of the stuff was really creative and great and funny. We like the stuff that is not only shows that they're talented and know what they're doing, but is funny as well. And I think that there was a wide range of stuff. There was this great Wizard Tool song that always reminds me of Panic at the Disco. He's going to be at our panel on Sunday, so you can hear him do his song. Actually, do you want to learn the other parts of that?
Yeah, sure.
All right. And so I think the contest was a really, really great, fun idea. The one thing right now is I don't think we're going to be able to include the songs that won in the show because of time constraints, essentially. Darren is coming Saturday morning, and so he wouldn't have time to learn many of those songs. So that's why we're having them in our panel, so that people can still see them and hopefully appreciate their work.
I think it's just cool to have something like that and encourage the fans to create something for Starkid. That was the coolest thing to just see these songs and designs that fans have made themselves, and they were good.
Yeah, we were really
so.
It's pretty inspiring.
It felt in a way that we were expanding the team even larger.
Yeah.
I have not met his counterpart, although that would be cool. He's awesome. I don't know. I think I hold Starship in a pretty high place in my heart, just because it was the first time we went off on our own, out of the context of the university, and it was an entirely original idea. So just everything felt like it was coming from scratch in a way. So I would have to say the rules in Starship, although I just have so much fun doing the Potter plays. It's so fun. So it's hard. That's a hard question. But, yeah.
We sell a lot of T-shirts, and so basically that's for in context of the Harry Potter plays. We're not allowed to go into set up residence at a theater and do something like that. But we've done other original shows. We have sold DVDs of our original shows. We have a lot of merchandise stuff going on. In the fall, we did a concert tour of songs from all of our works, and those were pretty profitable for us. And we did another one in May.
It was funny. I remember the hallway I was approached from Matt Langston. Do you want to be Dumbledore? So I think he pretty strategically had people in mind.
It's a little easier because we've had 2 other plays, so most of the casting is decided already. But I think that we always do kind of write with people in mind. But one of the great things is sometimes people surprise you. We also, treated this Leaky Con thing as a special thing and invited back literally every actor that we've ever worked with. And so then there was also a challenge when we were writing. We hadn't finished the script yet of oh crap, we need more characters, which of course makes it a longer play. So I hope you guys like this play because it's gonna be long, but it'll be fun.